Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the campus of Northeastern University in the great city of Boston. My name is John Tobin, Vice President of City and Community Affairs here at the university, and this is an exciting day, the grand opening of Lightview. A big round of applause for this. This is great. I want to thank all of our colleagues here at the university, our students for coming out today, our city leaders, our community members and neighbors and residents. This is a great day. We have an awesome program here, brief, but an awesome program here. We're going to get things kicked off. And our first speaker is the 54th mayor of the city of Boston, and just a terrific partner in anything we do at Northeastern. The lines of communication, we're 122 years old. The city is almost 400 years old. Our relationship goes back a long way, and it's never been better under the leadership of Mayor Walsh. So, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for our great mayor, Mayor Marty Walsh.
Thank you very much, John, and I appreciate all your great work. I want to thank President Aoun, who has been an incredible friend in the city of Boston since we met back a few years ago now, and seeing this incredible campus investing in the neighborhood, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it, but really doing some amazing things. I want to thank Sheila Dillon, Chief of Housing for the City of Boston, has done amazing work. Brian Golden from the Boston Planning and Development Agency. One of our speakers today, Laura Bilal, perfect, student here who is going for business and bioengineering, who's going to be really smart and really successful. And my advice to you is do not go into politics and stay in business and do that. But we're excited to hear you today. I want to thank Jamie as well, who I met in my office a bunch of years ago, for his great work. This is a big milestone for the city of Boston. That's a disgruntled constituent right there. This beautiful new residence here will meet the needs of Boston students. At the same time, it's freeing up more housing for the surrounding communities, and that's something that we're really excited about. It's key to working on preserving affordable housing and preventing displacement. And that's something that we're doing every day in the city of Boston. Boston's growing. When I became mayor in 2014, one thing that we inherited, when I say this, not from my predecessor, but inherited a housing crisis. And we realized quickly that Boston was a desirable city for a lot of folks. Students that went to Northeastern and other colleges, oftentimes from out of state, they'd graduate here and they'd go to New York, or they'd go to Silicon Valley and go to different places. And we started to see that change. We started to see a lot of people from out of state say, wait a second, let's stay here right in Boston. And we also saw kids from Boston that used to go to other places that get educated coming back home. And so all of those stresses on our housing market. We saw baby boomers who moved out in the 80s and 70s all of a sudden saying, we want to sell our suburban home and come back into the city because that's where it's happening. And we've been able to see that. We also see our economy booming, where we've added 20,000 new jobs every single year for the last 5 years here in the city. Most of those people are wanting to move into downtown core and the core of the city. It's a great thing for our city, but it also puts a lot of pressure on our housing market. We created with Sheila and Sheila's shop, created a housing plan for 69,000 units by the year 2030. We originally looked at 53,000, but we saw that we were hitting expectations and goals there, so we raised the number. In that number, nearly 16,000 of those units are deemed affordable units. We're maintaining the national lead in subsidized units in Boston, Massachusetts. And when you think about that, that's a pretty big statement when you're places like San Francisco and New York and Seattle building lots of housing, but we're maintaining the lead when it comes to subsidized units. We're using every single tool at our disposal, inclusionary development and linkage fees, working to how do we, in city-owned land, and how do we continue to build and create more housing. We're calling on our neighbors, our neighboring cities and towns to step up as well, because this is a regional challenge. When you look at Boston, we're talking about 700,000 people that roughly live in the city of Boston. When the students come back in September, we balloon to nearly 1 million people. We have about 1 million people either working or tourists coming into our city every single day. So we're a city of 2 million people roughly every day that come in and out of our city or live in our city. When you look at the greater Boston area, there's 2.3 million people living in that area. So we really need help from surrounding cities and towns to create more options for housing. And we also need to continue to work with the state to force them to create better public transportation modes as well. something that's really important, as our students know, and probably firsthand know better than most, to talk about when they're going to school here and maybe working downtown or working somewhere, needing that public transit. We're going to decrease this number. So our student goal, we set a student goal for 18,500 new student housing units by the year 2030. So when you think about that, 18,500 students that currently are living in our neighborhoods, that 3 and 4 and 5 of them are living in a home, oftentimes paying $1,000 to $1,500 a month each, and really being taken advantage of. This housing was, how do we get more student on campus? By creating 18,500 units, this will decrease the number of undergrads living off campus by 50%. That is really, really important. So that frees up housing stock in the communities for families as well, and for renters to be able to come and rent. We've been working closely with our colleges in the city and university presidents, but President Aoun and myself and John and other folks have been working even more closely, talking about, as we look at Northeastern, how do we really expand, not the mission of the school, but how do we really create opportunities? Already, more than 7,000 new dorm beds are under construction here in the city. We have thousands or more in the pipeline. Lightview adds 825 new student beds here. This is the kind of partnership that we want to see between the city and our colleges and universities. Through commitments like this one, I know that we're going to be achieving our goal by year 2030. The Lightview project is also highly subsidized, helping us get carbon neutrality by the year 2050, another goal that we have in the city of Boston around carbon neutrality by being carbon-free by 2050. And that's one aspect of our climate plan that we're working on. It also brings 2,200 square feet of street-level retail. This used to be a parking lot that we're sitting under right now. Now it's a living space for students. They'll gather, people will stop and they'll shop, and the community can come together along with some of the other buildings and investments that have been made in this great neighborhood. Expanding opportunity and increasing the knowledge and skill and strengthening our neighborhoods. These are some of the greatest challenges that face our city and our country right now. Northeastern is an incredible partner in this work. I'm proud to see this school take a lot of things to the next level. Many students who live here will develop strong connections into our city and will be inspired to give back, not just by living here, but giving back to our school, to our city. I want to thank, again, every single person here. I know that we can't mention every name, but we have contractors and architects and people who worked in the office and people who helped with the permits and people who worked on the site and people who came to a community meeting and the people who advocated for it. I want to thank each and every one of you that had anything to do with this project. It's so important. It's so important, the work you did to make this Lightview a reality. You're investing in Boston's students, you're investing in Boston's workforce, and investing in Boston's future. So I want to again thank you, and to Northeastern, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Mayor Walsh. It's safe to say this building does not happen without your leadership and your partnership. And a big round of applause again for Mayor Walsh. It's always great to have you on campus. So as the mayor mentioned, he mentioned Laura Bilal, who is a third-year student here at Northeastern University. We always have, when we do these types of things, have speakers, but it's always great to hear from the residents of buildings like this. And so we invited Laura. There are 825 Northeastern students that live in this building, and Laura is one of them, and she's going to represent them today. Ladies and gentlemen, Laura Bilal.
Hi, everyone. So as already been said, my name's Laura Bilal. I'm a third-year bioengineering student from Methuen, Massachusetts, so locally. Here on campus, I play club basketball. I'm a part of TEDx Northeastern, and I'm a teaching assistant for the first-year engineering students. I'm also currently on co-op at Novartis Institute for Biomedical Research over in Cambridge. I work on their research and development team as well as bioanalytics. So here at Northeastern, I've really been pushed and encouraged by professors and peers alike to be the best version of myself, to really try to innovate, to create, and to explore my passions. I've always felt a strong sense of community here, and a lot of support from everyone that I've interacted with. I believe that Lightview is the best place to continue to grow this community as the rest of my time here at Northeastern. It's really been an amazing experience to watch Lightview be built from the ground up over this past year. And now to be actually living in the building, as well as having the opportunity to work here as a community assistant, I realized that the wait was more than worth it. I really felt that I was ready after my second year, coming into my third year, to move out of the residential communities at Northeastern, but I didn't want to lose that strong sense of college community, living with students and peers and having that leadership. And so I think that living here was the best compromise. I chose Lightview because I thought there was really no comparison in terms of community, location and views, as well as the value, and the fact that the building was really built for our needs specifically as students. I feel like I have all the amenities and spaces right here to grow independently while still being given all the resources and support to succeed. Plus, I'm lucky enough to work here. Big shout out to Samantha and Ray for giving me that opportunity as an American Campus community assistant. I'm excited, as well as committed to making this building the best possible community for the rest of my fellow Northeastern students here. For many of us in Lightview, this has already, in the short time we've been living here, become our community and home away from home. No matter how far you're from, me down the road or people from the other side of the country, it really does feel like a home and a community. So I think we should all strive, in residents and everyone working here, to be each other's family for the next however many years we're living here. So thank you all for coming and giving me the opportunity to speak, and I hope it's a great year.
Thank you very much, Laura. That was great. The mayor mentioned when you build a building like this, it literally takes thousands of people to get something like this accomplished. And also, we talk about partnerships and relationships, and our partnership with American Campus Communities is so important. And it's been so great over the years, and we talk about years, and this is the first thought of this coming, not just the construction, but the planning process. And to work with ACC has been a delight, and so many great people who work there, and folks with their joining company, North Star. Just want to mention that it's been a wonderful working relationship and see this building to fruition. In representing ACC today, we're honored to have the Executive Vice President of Public-Private Transactions at ACC, Mr. Jamie Wilhelm. Jamie?
Good afternoon, everybody. Hey, this is exciting stuff. This is a big day, a day that has taken years in the making, and great partnerships deserve a few thank yous. And want to start with a few thank yous here this afternoon. First, Mr. Mayor, again, thank you very much for your support of the project. It was probably some 4 years ago when we came in with a bright idea and a brand new partnership. We were still trying to understand who we all were and our roles, and you were nothing more than supportive, and how can you make this happen? So partnership between the university and this city, we are just very pleased to have been and very humbled to be a part of. And then, Mr. President, thank you very much. We want to thank you first and foremost for your leadership, for your vision, and setting us on a course. Having that kind of commitment and leadership is not always the case at every university. And one of the things that we noted right off the bat is the excellence of your team and your staff. Whether it was finance, economics, whether it was transaction acumen and legal, whether it be student affairs, res life, and planning, really have assembled a very excellent team. And we are very grateful to have been your partner. We'll be your partner going forward. And I want to say thank you to them for all their hard work and for hope what everybody believes is an excellent result. So please thank them as well. I want to have a special shout out to some of those team members, specifically Marina, and it is her team that is going to be out there along with Rayanne and our team. We can talk about a lot of real estate. We can turn this into a transaction. We can make it a lot. But Laura just hit on it. First and foremost, this is a new home for 825 people. This is the place that they will land during their third, fourth, fifth years here in a part of a co-op where they will grow and they will aspire and they will think and think big. That is what makes this teamwork of City, University, and American Campus really tick. And if you're excited about one thing, it's creating homes for folks. And I want to thank Rayanne and your team for welcoming them. I hear it was a smooth move in. Here things are going well. And thank Marina for her team for all the collaboration, because that's where the real magic comes. not the guy showing up from corporate. And so I want to give you guys the strength and support for that. One of the things, and we'll challenge the students, and then I'll ask the president to join, but one of the things that we thought about is the name of the project. A lot of collaboration. You say, well, how do you get Lightview? Well, we start with the university's motto: light, truth, courage. And we hope that for the students and the generations of students who live here, that you will indeed be a part of the light, that you will courageously seek the truth, be an active part of your education. Be a part of something that's bigger than yourself. It's a university community. It's a community with the city. It's a community on your floor. Acknowledge the fact that you're going to live with different people. They may have different ideas. They may have different backgrounds. This is a community of inclusivity and diversity. We're sharing ideas and learning about other people. Engage in vigorous debate, but do it respectfully. Accept folks having a different opinion and a different background. Challenge one another, and then part and go have another cup of coffee. That's what we're aspiring when we think of Lightview. That's when we think of good partners, that the city challenges the university challenges ACC, and we challenge the student residents and the broader students who are here at the university. So with that, on behalf of Bill Bayless, our CEO, our independent board of directors, we are humbled to be your partner. We are gracious for your hospitality today, and we're very grateful to be your partner. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jamie. Our final speaker, just like Mayor Walsh makes a city tick on an everyday basis, our final speaker makes this university tick on an everyday basis. And it's through his leadership and vision that so much has been accomplished here since his inauguration as president back in 2006. He's the 7th president of Northeastern University, and it's wonderful to have him here always, President Aoun.
Thank you. Jamie, you spoke like a president. I hope that you're not eyeing my job. You lectured. You gave a sermon.
Absolutely not qualified.
Okay, good. Stay where you are. Mayor Walsh, thank you very much for allowing us to have this. As a matter of fact, let me share a story with you. One of the first acts of Mayor Walsh was to open the Science and Engineering Complex. He signed his name on the beam with all the union workers, and he was beaming with them, and not beaming about the building. The building turned out to be magnificent. He was beaming about the community. He said, this building is going to bring jobs to the community, is going to allow the community to access the labs, to have interaction with the faculty, with the students, with the staff, and this is what made him happy. And today, Mayor Walsh is happy for the same reasons. We're not celebrating Lightview in the same way that we are not celebrating ISAC. We are celebrating the fact that the community will be able to work here, to have access to what Northeastern has to offer, and without you, Mayor, this wouldn't have been possible. Thank you very much. Let's give the Mayor another round of applause. Laura, I have an issue with you because you are living in a magnificent place, and I'm getting calls from parents complaining and they want to move here. So do you think that we should allow them to do it or not? Yes? No, the other students said, no, we don't want parents here, no. I came twice to visit this building, once incognito and once with the team. And I want to thank the team. You gave us a great tour. But more importantly, you made us realize that you are not building a building, but you are forming a community. And David Manfredi, you did a beautiful job giving us the infrastructure and the architecture that would allow us to have this community here live in a vibrant way and in a way that will be interactive. with the rest of the community at large. So thank you very much. I want to thank also ACC and all my colleagues at Northeastern who have worked diligently to make this happen. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's give them a round of applause, please. As I said at the beginning, for the mayor, it wasn't about buildings, it was about the community. And last year, you saw what happened with the Carter Playground. When we opened the Carter Playground for the community, with the community, and then the question is, what are we doing here all together under the leadership of the mayor? It's really the renaissance of Columbus. And so what's next? The mayor is always challenging us. You heard his challenge today. You know, you built this great building, but it's not enough. What's next? What we are going to work, Mayor, under your leadership, on another dorm on Columbus that will attract also people to the students, first and foremost, the faculty, the staff, the members of the community. So what we are building here with you is a way for the community to take full advantage of Northeastern. And this is why we believe that your leadership has been essential for the renaissance on Columbus Avenue. So thank you, Mayor, for doing that. And stay tuned because we still have a lot to do. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I now invite the President to stay up here, Mayor Walsh, Laura, and Jamie to cut the ribbon.
Those are nice. Never seen anything like that, Mayor. There's one.